Sweet. We made it. We are in. It is working. Greetings, everyone. Whether you are coming in now or whether you are tuning in later. This is the start of another live. I know you can't see me yet. I'm just trying to get my chat ready here on the side for me. Excellent. There we are. What's up? What's up? What's up? Yo, you are live again. I am live again, Mr. Top G. We are here stringing another racket for a member at my club. Hope you're doing well. I wasn't even gonna do one of these, but I mean, I just figured every time I string, I gotta string anyway, so might as well make a live out of it, say hello to people, and I enjoy doing the YouTube thing, so it's nice to talk to people and help. And you know, this person had some sort of, I don't know, it's a sin gut, it's a 15L sin gut, but I'm not entirely sure what they had in here. But yeah, I'm gonna, it's an extreme NP, and I will be putting in a full bed of poly for this person. In what pattern do you cut the string out when still under tension? You know what, I'm not super finicky. Doing a live. Honestly, I've seen people that cut it out like a square. I've seen people do the mains first, do the crosses first. I'm sure there's a right way for the racket, and like, so it's not bad or whatever, but yeah, I don't really do it a specific way. I just honestly just go through the mains and then go through the crosses, like in a straight line and then across. But like I said, there is probably a special way, but I don't do it. Yeah, gonna put actually some four-line snapper in for this member. Hopefully they will like it. They requested a full bed of poly. And yeah, he's actually using a Pure Arrow. Maybe he's using a Pure Arrow torque. I can't remember actually. It's an older Pure Arrow, a couple years old. So hopefully he will like this. What fragrance you wear? I'm not wearing any fragrance right now. I am fresh out of the shower. No fragrance. Just clean right now. But if you're talking about normally, I don't know. Nothing too expensive, but nothing too cheap, you know? You gotta have the balance. You gotta have the balance. This person also needs a new grip. That always bothers me. I don't know how many people we have on right now, but like, come on, folks, redo your grip. Like, we gotta do. If you are subscribed to this channel, please go redo your grips if they're not good. You gotta be ready to play with a nice, clean grip every match. Practices, it's all good. You don't need to change your grip every time you practice, but you know, we gotta keep it better than this. You know, that's just, it's a violation. It's a violation. How many people we have? We got 6 people in here. We got people coming in. That's nice. That's nice. Welcome, people. Welcome. Nice to see you. Nice to have you. People just joining. I got a racket to string here. I got a member from my club, and I'm doing his racket here right now. He had a full bed of some sort of I don't know, synthetic guts, and I am going to be putting a full bed of snapper in for him at 51 or 52 pounds. I haven't made my mind up. He has a little bit of elbow pain, so I'm gonna help him out with a lower tension. Snapper is a thinner string, so it's good that thinner strings are better for your arm. Just gonna make sure the chat is working here. I'm afraid it is not. There we go. Sorry, folks. Chat was not working. I just got a Pro Staff 14 and put Tourmaline Caviar and NRG in. That would be such a good setup. Whew. That would be such a good setup. I'm glad you like it. That is a super setup. Not really big myself on hybrids in general, just because I don't play well with them really. I feel like I don't play as well. But that's honestly a pretty solid setup. Come on, chat. Why isn't this working? There we go. Is there something to do against the quick wear of white grips in red clay? Like wear as in like the color, or wear as in like the wear of the grip? I don't play red clay as much here. I play a lot of hard true and hard court. But if you're talking about the color, I'm just sorry, that's just part about getting dirty on the clay. That's just the way it is. But as far as wear, I mean, you could, like, there's some thicker style overgrip, right? So maybe look into that. And wear as in like maybe being too slippery, you can always go for like a Turner grip or like a really super grippy, sticky kind of grip. But yeah, grips are very, yeah, hit and miss. People are coming in here, baby. We like that. We like that. Man, I'm stringing my Extreme Tour at the minute as well. Very nice. This is an Extreme, but it is not an Extreme Tour. It is an Extreme MP, but same family. Speaking of extremes, guys, we have to talk. We have to talk about the new Extremes, okay? Everybody that's in here, if you're watching, pull up on your phones a photo of the new Extremes, okay? And just drop in the chat right now what you think. What you think about the colorway, not about the racket. Nobody's had time to test the racket yet. Not even me. So tell me what you think about the colorway. I'll wait like a good minute here because I have some very strong feelings about it. And I will answer some comments here in the meantime. But I have some very, very strong feelings about this colorway. I'm normally not heavily invested in these kind of things, but anyway, I'll give people a chance here. Have you tried the new 2023 Gravity Pro? If so, how does the spin compare to your Radical? The Gravity MP has a good amount of spin, but you're not talking about that. Gravity Pro isn't bad. I just feel like Gravity Pro just didn't feel great in my hands. I think it's good for the right player. How does it compare to my Radical? I just don't like the head shape. I just didn't like it. I like my Radical more. I would say I had an easier time getting spin out of my Radical. I just go with full bed of links Tour 70 gauge in my new Gravity Pro. Very nice. I'm sure that's a good setup. What's your view of RG Final? Have you watched it live, or did I watch it live? Yes, I did. I did watch it live. I thought it was a very good final. I will dive into that first, but I'm going to look at the comments below and see what we thought about the... Okay, some of us like, I like the color of the new ones. I actually don't like the avocados. I just saw it looks like Boom with lime green. All right, well, I'll tell you my opinion, and I have an opinion because, you know, I've been around the extremes a lot. Obviously, it used to be my racket of choice. A guy in our team has this color of the Extreme Tour. I demoed this color of the Extreme Tour. I'm stringing the MP. My dad and my sister both have used the Extreme line, so I'm around it a lot. So I kind of care about it. And the new colorway, I think, is so bad. I'm sorry, I just think it looks terrible. It looks like a highlighter. And I loved how they got away from the highlighter. It just, and like I'm a big head racket guy as well. I really like head rackets. I just don't actually love what they're doing with their paint jobs, to be honest. Like, I think the speed paint job looks brutal. I think the lettering of the way they're doing these rackets does not look good in my opinion. Like the way they write it on the side, like the speed, that looks brutal. I think it's all opinionated. But with that said, I really don't like the way the new one looks. So I'm sorry if y'all like it, but I hate it. And I just wish they could do something a little bit different. Like it's just kind of back to that old, like I saw one of the old extremes at my club the other day, like maybe like 5 years old. And it really just looks like that one. So I'm just a little disappointed. But whatever. The only paint job I think that looks absolute killer and badass from head is the Prestige. And you just can't argue with me on that one. It's just so good. Like I honestly think the Radical paint job in general is just mid. Like it's just okay. The new Boom MP paint job, like that teal kind of color, I think that's cool and unique. But I don't know if I could be around it and play with it every day, you know what I mean? Like it's nice to look at, but like every single time that teal color too could be a little too much, you know? You gotta like the color of your racket, that's the thing. You have to like it. Sorry, I'll get back to some comments here. What racket am I running right now? I have the the Radical Pro. Are you going to try the new extremes? I probably will. I mean, I feel like it's a violation if I don't try them at some point. The 2021, you know what? I see that comment there. The Bat Prestige was a beauty. Love those. Love all the Prestige paint jobs, honestly. I'm really slow on the comments right now. Sorry, guys. Bear with me. It's too childish in some way, true. I had the new Extreme in my hand last week, and my good friend is local head wrap, and it's far brighter in real life. I only saw it inside under lights, though. I'm on the fence with it. Yeah, like it's so bright. Like it's literally like the color of a tennis ball. Like we already see tennis balls every day, you know what I mean? And you know what? Maybe it will grow on me, but like, I don't know. We'll see. It's tough. I feel like if you don't like a racket paint job right away, like, I don't know. We'll see. Prestige is sexy. Yes, it is. All the Prestiges are sexy. The newest Radical paint job is pretty good, but the red-orange clashes with a lot of strings. Yes, I do agree with that. Put some new overgrip on. I know. I really should actually. I have some. I don't have a lot though. I actually gotta order some. But yes, I know. I was just chirping the grip. But yes, I think I will. Gravity Pro color is nice in my opinion. I think so as well. I think the Gravities are one of the nicer looking rackets out there right now. I saw you on Wichita Open waitlist. Are you making it to the tourney? You know what? I've been in and out of the iPin the last few days. I'm not gonna make it. I think I was like actually inside the top 9 maybe last I checked for the alt list. I'm not. It's so expensive to go right now. And I will be going to some though for sure, probably within the next like, I don't know, before I think I'm gonna try and get into summer and go to some, like a couple before the year is over. So yeah, I will maybe see some people. It was actually really nice when I went to the one in California. I saw some people and they were like, "Are you MB Tennis? Like, we watch your videos and stuff." And I was like, "Oh, that's kind of cool." So it's kind of nice to see some faces and people like come up to you and stuff, and that's kind of cool. But I didn't win that day, so it would have been nice to win in front of some people that watch. But what Head does not do enough with their designs like Wilson, Yonex, or Battle. Right now, honestly, I think all they try way too hard. I think they're trying way too hard. The design and stuff, like, it's just enough. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I just don't get it. I feel like Yonex is pretty neutral. They never do anything like too abstract, so Yonex does a good job. Dunlop as well does pretty neutral, good, solid colors. Wilson though, I don't know. I don't know, man. I think that new Pro Staff, like, I don't want a bronze medal. You know what I mean? It looks like a bronze medal. I don't like it. The blade, I'm on the fence with the blade. My dad plays a blade right now. Like, some days I like it, some days I don't. Like, it just looks kind of, yeah, I don't know. And Babolat, I think Babolat is kind of winning the paint job category right now. Like, their arrow looks good. Even like the hot pink Rafa rackets right now, they look good. I think the Pure Drive always looks pretty solid, and the new Strike looks good as well. And like, you can't go wrong there. I don't know, I just think it looks good. I'm trying to think of the other racket brands out there right now. I think Technifiber is still like trying to find their place in a way. Like, I don't know. Just my opinion. Do you think having bright level strings makes it a tiny bit harder for opponents to see where the... Well, I don't know. I mean, that's so tough to say. You would just have to ask all your opponents. I do know that if you have a different color string than what color your racket is, there is some science behind that that makes it easier to make contact with the ball, or cleaner contact, just because your eyes see a different color on the string bed. I have heard that. Yeah, the new Prestige, I agree. It's kind of God tier. Never got a chance to play with it yet. Hopefully I will here at some point, but unfortunately people just send me rackets, and that's the way it goes sometimes. You know, I don't get to pick every single one because I can't buy every racket I want either, right? Unless y'all know people that want to sponsor Epic Tennis and send some rackets over. Like, as in companies, we are working with Tennis-On, who's been amazing, but I don't get to necessarily pick every racket that I review all the time. I definitely have a choice, but all rackets should come in a neutral black-gray paint job as an option. Hey, that would be pretty cool, actually. Speaking of black rackets, there is a very, very exciting video, probably within the next 2 weeks, that I'm gonna make that involves a black racket. And that's all I will say. But I don't think I've ever been so excited to do a racket review for this racket, okay? Actually, well, there's 2 rackets that are coming that I'm like so excited to play with. So, one of them you can guess for sure, and the other one you have no chance. Well, we can take some, I'll answer one of them. If you guys can guess it, then like, I will say if you were right or wrong. Let's see, I'm just reading. Pure Drive 30th anniversary is a beauty. Honestly, facts. It is. It is. Technifiber are too white. You can't. That's so true. Like honestly, all the T-fight, TF, rebound, all this shit. Like it's all the same shit. It all looks the same. That's so true. Uniqlo, I kind of like where your head's at with that, but that is not, they don't make any rackets. Ooh, you guys got some good guesses in here. Some good guesses. One of the rackets is very much black. The other racket is like a grayish and has another color in it. If I give away that color, then you'll totally know what I'm talking about. It's a racket that people have wanted me to demo for a very long time. And I honestly was just saying no because like, I just didn't want to do it because I didn't have time and for a variety of other reasons. But the guesses in here right now are very solid. Speed Pro Novak Black one, no, but that's a great guess. The new RF Pro Staff, that's also a great guess, but those are not it. Head Legend, great guess, but not it. It's a little bit actually older now. It's not that new. They'll probably come out with a new one like next year, maybe. I don't know, or maybe a year and a half. Maybe a year and a half. But I actually don't think if you guys guess it, I will say, but I don't think I won't tell you guys if you guys don't get it because it'll kind of be like a little surprise, you know. 2 rackets really that I got coming that I'm just so pumped for. So pumped. Yonex, no. Honestly, you made me think of something. That Yonex Regna, I don't know how you pronounce it, but that is a darker colored racket that would be sick to play test that I wish I could. Hard to come by those rackets though. Very hard to come by those rackets. Head Speed Legend, no. Sorry, but a good guess. Prestige Tour. At 42 pounds is phenomenal, removable, feel comfortable with power at that low tension. It doesn't feel loose at all. That is very cool. Is this the new Prestige Tour that you were talking about or an old one or older one? I'm kind of tricking with you guys a little bit. One of the rackets is actually a prototype, so I won't be able to say too much about that until the video at least. Then I will be saying lots about it. But that racket is all black. It's blacked out because it's, for obvious reasons, it's blacked out. But the other racket is like a darker gray, maybe has something like this color in it a little bit. Come on, you guys. Artingo, that's a great guess. But for the all black racket, you guys will never guess it. It's something very new, so it's almost, it would be very difficult for you guys to get. But the other one, I'm still shocked, you guys. The other one's not like a super black color. It's more of like a dark gray, and like I said, has a little bit of maybe this kind of color in it. It's a racket that people were mad that I did not include in my racket. No, not the EZone 98. I did play with a Yonex EZone 100 last week. Was thinking about making a video about it. Oops, made a mistake, I got carried away. Was thinking about making a video. Oh, guys, I made a bad mistake here. I'm not paying attention. I made the tie off in the wrong spot. Hold up. I will make a quick Guys, I'm getting too invested into this right now. I need to wake up. Here we go. Some more guests is coming in here. Oh yeah, I was talking about the E-Zone. Here's the thing. I said I was demoing the Yonex E-Zone 100. Didn't really like that racket. Didn't even want to make a review out of it. Just because also I didn't have the time. I have other things on the go right now for reviews and new videos. The Prestige Tour is a great guess. But I actually tried to really lead up the E-Zone 100 to get it like kind of like Andy right now. But I didn't really like the feeling of it. Okay, that hideous Prince Twist one. No, sir. I would probably... I'm not reviewing that. Don't worry, I'm not reviewing that. I am not reviewing that one. No worries. It's not vocal. It is not vocal. Come on, guys. This racket, people were destroying me because it was not in my racket bracket last year. If you go look at my racket bracket last year, you will see the rackets that were included in that bracket. And there is, I should say, one racket that people were kind of not happy with me that didn't even make the bracket. It is not a Lacoste racket. Watch it be a, no, it ain't. It's not black. It's like more of a dark gray color. That other racket that I said, you guys will never guess that. That is way too hard to guess. It has like, like I said, it's like a dark gray. It has like a color like this, similar to this, in it. I was talking about it earlier, actually. I don't know if I briefly mentioned it. But this is a racket. I demoed, I'll keep giving you more guys hints. I demoed the old version. And I liked it, but I didn't love it. It was a while ago now that I demoed it. Like maybe 2 years ago, the old version. The new version has been out for a while. It is used by some very, very good pros right now in the top game. And here's a hint. This is a big hint. It is used, we're on to something. Everybody look at the most recent comment. We're on to something there. What one though? What one? Yes, sir. That racket is coming, baby. And I'm really going to test this one. Not that I don't test the other rackets, because of course I do. But like, really going to try and see what this racket is made of. I'm going to put it through the ringer. Like you guys know, if you've been watching recently, I've been going through some forehand changes. The second episode will be coming out in a few days. It's all recorded for editing, but I just haven't had a chance to go through all of that. But it is the Pure Aero 98, used by the new Roland Garros champion. Also Holger Rune. And the other, can't speak. And my Canadian pal, Felix Auger-Aliassime. And I'm sure a bunch of other guys that I'm forgetting. And they all, have you given more thought about switching to the Rafa Origin racket? Will not be switching to the Origin. Too hard, too much. I'm trying to, if there is a racket switch in my near future, as in the next 2 months, hint, hint, maybe. The Rafa Origin would not be in the running. I'm trying to get away from rackets that are a little heavier I customize, as you guys know, my racket big time, and it was great, but it's not working in some areas, and you really learn a lot as you go. As I'm playing better players, I just tested it, similar to Extreme Tour, but stiff AF. A string bit is a bit more erratic. Yup. I plan on stringing it with a pretty controlled poly. I do want to try my Super Toro in it, but I don't think it will work as well as it does in my Radical. Might put the Old Faithful Confidential in there. Might try Wasabi in there as well. I do have some other strings here that might work well. So yeah, Origin, no Origin for me. Alcaraz plays with its stock. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. And after making some forehand changes myself and, you know, really seeing that people are starting to use lighter rackets across the board, I honestly can understand how he uses its stock. Everybody that I've talked to, and I know a lot of tennis people and I know a lot of tennis nerds, nobody can tell me that Alcaraz is not using, like, here's the thing, he's using a Pro Stock Pure Aero 98. All that means is that he's using the same mold, same weight, same everything, but the material is like spot on. It's higher quality material probably. There's obviously no quality control issues, you know what I mean? Like, that's the difference. It probably feels crispier because of the material. Like, but you know what? I believe it. I do believe it, and I was not believing it for a very long time, probably up until like a couple months ago. I was like, you know what? No chance he uses that. But a lot of guys, like Yannick Sinner, his racket isn't like super over the top heavy. You know what I mean? Like Holger Rune, I'm pretty sure might use it stock. Felix, I think his racket, he might add a little bit of weight to it. But like a lot of these new guys are not weighting up their rackets as much. Racket head speed, some technology has changed recently as well. You know, people are, like if you look at Roger or players in early 2000s, the technique has even changed a little bit, you know what I mean? Like, tennis is weird like that. Tennis changes and we don't even know it, right? Like, you got a lot of people using lighter rackets and a lot of people that are bringing their tensions way down. So there's things that are changing, and I feel like we don't necessarily pay attention to stuff like that. Like a lot of people are just like, Manarino strings his racket at like 10 pounds. He doesn't actually string it that little, but like, people are stringing their rackets in the low 40s a lot. And like, people are still doing that in really hot conditions as well, and cold conditions. Like, it's not just a climate, you know, change with the tension or anything. So yeah, things are changing. And yeah, it is crazy that he does play it stock, because you would think that he wouldn't. You're switching to the Aero 98 in the future, right? Honestly, like, I literally couldn't tell you. I mean, as of now, I'm not, because I don't even have the racket at my fingertips, but who knows? That's all I will say is who knows. If I play like a beast with it, well then you got to go to the drawing board and say, is this a potential switch? I've obviously played with a lot of rackets, And some rackets, sometimes I don't even make videos about because I don't have the time, or I don't have the time, I gotta give the racket back or whatever. Time is really most of the things. Like there's been a couple rackets here and there that like I mentioned, I played with the E-Zone 100 last week. I also strung my white out again with a different string, but I didn't like make a video about it. It's just really, I just don't have the time. I'm working through a little bit here, so 50 pounds on the PA98 is fine as far as stiffness is concerned. Much tighter, you might lose the feel. Yeah, I can see what you're saying there. However, sometimes tighter, if you string a little bit tighter, it does. Yeah, I do know what you're saying. I don't disagree with that, actually. I take it back. Yeah, I saw the Eubank string at 45. Yeah, a lot of guys are stringing big. It's like that, low numbers. And you might even get guys that still string like honestly, 50 pounds now still is kind of on the lower side. Like, there's not, like, people used to string in the 60s. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's pretty high. Like, I would say if you are stringing, I would say like the tour average though is probably like 50 though. Because you do have some guys that string 55, 57, 55, 57, hybrid kind of. Or then you have guys that do like the classic 52, 53. But it will be interesting to see how that evolves, the tension. It's weird though because bringing swing weights and strung weights way down has its major risks. They're not going to have the stability against big flat hitters and servers. Yes and no. I mean, if you look at guys like Manarino, he's doing something right. I mean, he's able to play, I don't know what exactly, it was either, it's in between 27 and 35 pounds. If you can play professional tennis with that tension, I mean, that's quite impressive. A lot of guys string low 40s now. Like I think Tiafo they released some string tensions there a few months ago from Atlanta last year. And he was playing low 40s, I think. And there was a lot of other guys that were playing low 40s. So it's just interesting, that stuff. And just the way it is. Tennis is changing. Certain rackets, though, obviously perform way better with a neutral or higher tension than others. And some rackets play better with a lower tension. Okay, sorry, you're talking about swing weights and okay, yes. Weird though, because bringing swing weights and strung weights, oh, okay, sorry. I know what you're saying now. Yes, so you're saying basically, since rackets are getting lighter and they have lower tensions now, it could be something, I guess, and I can agree with that. If you play with a really low tension and your racket is really light, yes. You should make a video that you play with 10. That would be interesting for a lot of people to see how that would affect their gameplay. You know what? That would be really interesting. String 2 rackets, and I string. What could I even string at? I could put it at stringing a racket at 20 pounds versus stringing a racket at 60 pounds. That would be kind of interesting, actually. I feel like I think actually Carew strings at like 58 or 60 or something like that. Like that's actually pretty tight. And some people really like that really tight feeling on the string bed. Try the Dunlop 300 Tour 98. It's very similar to the Aero 98. I will try if I can. It's tough, especially here in Canada. Don't get tons and tons of rackets, but I do get some. Should have brought a hat down here. My hair. Would seriously be a great idea. 60 versus 20. No, honestly, I'm for real actually as well. That would be a very funny video. I did not yet talk about, what do you call that? I have not yet talked about the French Open final either. I said I was going to get to that, but I will answer this comment. Have you considered, whoa, hold up. Have you considered demoing the Prince ATS Extreme Tour 98? It's a great racket. I've heard great things actually about that. I have not tested that. And next comment, WTF, why do you leave the Radicals? Never said I was leaving the Radicals. Never said I was leaving the Radicals. All I said was I was demoing the Pure 98 and another racket that's a prototype in the next week. Don't worry. Don't worry. Nothing's happening yet. I'm not going to ditch any rackets right now. My Radicals have been amazing for me. They're still amazing for me. They are still my rackets. I played with them today. Don't worry. Not leaving the Rads. But I can't say that I won't, because if I test something and I feel like it works better for me, then I technically do a disservice to myself in my game with not switching, you know what I mean? But that's like, I would say that any day. Like, honestly, if you guys didn't watch my boom comparison video yet, which you totally should. And if you're not liking if you're not liking and subscribing, then you should like and subscribe as well. But anyway, point being, I really like the Boom Pro actually. It did a lot of things well. And I was very impressed with how it played. And like, even now that I've reviewed it, I said that it was one of my more favorite rackets to play with in recent time. So like, I'm actually, like, I hit with it again yet, like, the Boom video was recorded, like, I don't know, like a week, 2 weeks ago. So, like, I've actually still been hitting with the Boom a little bit to see if I can, like, maybe like it even more and see if it can get into that potential switch area. But for me, I'm at 48, 50 pounds in my Extreme Tours and 42 in my Prestige Tour. I prefer that feel, but I'm also in I do understand that. I do get that. My dad also strings a little bit lower as well. I forget what he is using, but he actually put Tourline Absolute in his blade the other day and strung it lower. That's totally valid, totally normal. Thank you about the video. You probably mentioned this before, but what are your general thoughts on gravity frames? I feel like you like them. Yes, the Gravity MP actually, the Gravity MP is by far my favorite Gravity. Thought it felt a little strange on some shots here and there. I'm generally not a big fan of like the teardrop shape. I don't know why, I just had a hard time getting used to it. The Gravity Pro though, I'm not a big Gravity Pro fan. I demoed the original, didn't really love it. Thought it was really low powered. Demoed the second one in my Racket bracket last year, and I don't know, it was better. I thought it was more powerful, but still low powered, even with added weight, kind of customized for me. So, I don't know, just overall, I think they are good frames, just not for me. I need to make sure I just keep saying that though, like, if I don't like a racket, it doesn't mean it's a bad racket. Like, I honestly, like, hated the Boom MP, and I pretty much said that in the video. Like, I said like 3 times that I was beating up on the Boom MP, and like, I just didn't like it. But literally, like, some people are loving the Boom MP. And like, I'm actually sending my Boom MP probably in a few days to Beckett. You guys know Beckett from Temcom. He wants to try the Boom MP and thinks he's gonna like it. And you know what? He might. So like, it doesn't mean it's a bad racket. It's kind of difficult to remember from every racket of every brand you tested how it felt, etc. after so many reviews. Actually, no. Because like, you kind of need to really know how it feels before you say something on YouTube. Like, I also like, I don't know, I do remember how they feel actually. Occasionally there is the odd racket that I'm like, maybe I'll hit that again just to see how it feels. But to be honest, I remember like 90% of feelings from rackets, as in like what I liked and what I didn't. That's what I feel is the likes and the dislikes. So like, yeah, like for example, like Percept 97D, I reviewed that like months ago. For me, I remember that it was just way too controlled based. Like, it felt like I was hitting with a wood stick. Like, great control, but like not enough pop for me. Like, you remember little things for sure. Do I remember every little single thing? No. But occasionally I will go back and actually watch my own reviews, just to kind of remind myself as well. And like, I'm also very, I mean, it's kind of my job to be like up to date as well in the racket space. So like, I watch other reviewers talk about it, or I'll talk with other reviewers online, or like DM them and talk to them about rackets. So like, even though I'm not necessarily maybe playing with a racket, I kind of know what it might feel like before I play with it, or I will for sure remember the feeling, because I also need to recommend rackets to people as well, like at my club. So like, it's like, I don't like battle out rackets, but I want a racket that has like, you know, pretty good spin and power. I'm an intermediate player. Ta-da! You know, extreme MP, you know what I mean? So like, I know what this racket plays like. It's an appropriate level probably for that person. It's not way too stiff. You can put hybrids and polys in it. Offers good spin, good power, and pretty good control. If they want a head racket, this is where it is. That's just a prime example. Are there other rackets you plan to demo coming up soon other than the Aero 98? Yes, there is. It's, well actually I demoed the Dunlop FX 500 Tour. That video is done. I just need to upload it basically and do a thumbnail for it. But I just, once again, haven't really had the time, but I did review that one. But yeah, there is another one. It was that blacked out racket I was talking about. You guys wouldn't know what it is, just because it's a prototype, so I'm not going to spoil anything there. You guys will have to wait for the review for that one. Should be able to play with that one here in the next few weeks. Probably next week I'll be able to have it. Favorite ATP and WTA player. Favorite ATP players for me right now would be Andy Murray, Carlos Alcaraz, Holger Rune. But like, I also love Novak and Rafa. And like, I love cheering the Canadians on. So like, there's not, like, I like a lot of players. Favorite WTA player, I loved Ash Barty, but she's retired. I really like Iga Swiatek. I think she's awesome for tennis. Once again, like to cheer on our Canadians. I actually like Andreeva from Russia. Maybe I just like her though too because she likes Andy Murray. I love Andy Murray. Love Andy Murray. And I'm not afraid to say that because I know we got some haters on there for Andy Murray. Don't hate on a goat, man. What do you consider intermediate versus advanced recreationally? I think about the UTR scale kind of. I would say like, ooh, but if you're talking like, well, first let me say like not recreationally. Beginner in my head on a UTR scale is like 0 to 3 is very beginner, and then I would say intermediate is like a 4 to a maybe 4 to a 7, 4 to a 7 UTR, and then I would say anything above there is advanced. That's just my opinion. Now, when it comes to recreational, that's a really tough question, actually. I don't know how to answer that one with like just recreational based, because that depends on every club, every country has their own ratings and all that stuff. That's tough to answer. Have you seen the video of the kid in Africa stringing his racket with a wooden twig? Yes, I have seen that. Andy Murray resurfacing documentary, 90 minutes of grit. Yes, sir, it is. Mr. Steven on YouTube, that documentary was one of the best things I could have watched as, I don't know how old I was when that came out, but like, from that point moving on, I was a diehard Andy fan. Ever since that documentary came out, that's one of the best sport documentaries I've ever seen. I don't know why I loved it so much. I just really learned a lot from him, and it was awesome. I've seen it probably like 5 times as well. Like occasionally I will go back and rewatch that just to watch him grind. I love it. Yeah, it came out in March of 2020 during COVID. Yes, I do remember that. So that's going on like 4 years now. For the last 4 years, I have loved Andy. Is Murray part of the reason why you chose the Radical, and how do you feel when you switched to the E-Zone? I wouldn't say he's like the main reason I switched to E-Zone. Obviously, he's a player that I liked that used it, but like, there's other players that play Radical, or sorry, I said E-Zone. Or no, you said E-Zone in that comment anyway. Obviously, like there's other players that have used the Radical in the past. And he doesn't even use the Radical, he just endorses it. So like, if I really didn't really care about my tennis, I probably would have bought like a Pro 2.0 like prestige old racket, because that's what he used for a while. And now, yes, I see you talk about Yonex there. That's why I demoed the Andy spec like last week or so with the Yonex, because I was like, what does he find so exciting about a Yonex E-Zone 100? I don't know. I don't think there's anything special with it. I didn't like it at all. So yes, I was honestly, I was a little heartbroken. Like, guys, I love Andy Murray so much that like my nickname at school with the boys is Katie Murray, because they know I like him so much, and it's actually funny. What are my plans for the summer? I'm working a little bit right now. I have a tournament at the end of the month. Hopefully we'll get into maybe a Canadian Futures at the end of this month as well. My name is in that. I really hope I get into that, actually. That would be great. Yeah, but then other than that, I have a couple other tournaments and then I go back to school. we should have some good documentaries in the next few years. Roger at Laver Cup, yes, and a good Novak one, I think, probably. That's so true. That is so true. I'm sure Novak will put out a good one here in the next, 5-ish years. Do you think there's something wrong with rating system for juniors, since like a 4.5 USTA is in one region could be much higher than in another? But USTA is huge on NTR, NRT, whatever the hell you say, whatever letters it is. They're very big on that. Canada, we use it occasionally. We use it for some tournaments, but like overall, like it's not near as popular. I think that is really stupid because like you're a random guy at your country club will just be like, yeah, I'm a 4.0 when like they don't even know how to play tennis, you know what I mean? Or then somebody will say, I'm a 4.0 and like they used to play Division I college 10 years ago. Like that guy plays for 2 weeks and he's not 4.0. So yeah, I'm a big UTR guy. I also think WTN is ridiculous, but that's another thing. So Laval M25 was really weak last year. Hopefully you get in as well. I really hope so. I will try my best to get in, but we'll see. Time will tell. Have you thought about what you'll do for a career after you graduate? Dude, I'm going to be grinding some tennis for a few years. Probably 2 to 3 years of just seeing how far I can get with my game. And then after that, probably call it quits. So as far as my tennis career, we've got about probably 4 more years left of YouTube content in my body for like tennis competing footage. Just because it's so expensive. Unless if it goes really well, then if it goes average to good, then I will keep going. So then you'll have more time to watch videos. But if that doesn't work, then I'm sure we'll still continue the channel because by then we'll have hopefully some more subscribers as well. But then honestly, don't chirp me on this, guys, but I always thought I would maybe try out pickleball as well and see what that is like. I was actually thinking about making like a fun pickleball video just to see how much hate I get. Because I know people hate pickleball. And I understand why, but it's still, I don't know. Here's the thing about pickleball, and I'm gonna probably make a video about it. Like, the only thing that I hate about pickleball is that they take our courts. Okay, I get that. It sucks. They shouldn't take our courts. You want to be a sport, you do your own thing. But the good things about pickleball is that they do get people active. And I'm like also a health nut and like want people to be active and stay healthy. And I think it's good that people get outside and they play pickleball. And it's also a racket sport. And I like racket sports. So it's good for those reasons. But when it comes to, is pickleball better than tennis? I don't think so. I love tennis more than I do pickleball, obviously. That's why I play. But I do think pickleball is really fun for a lot of people, and it's easy to pick up. So there's definitely some big pros and cons to pickleball. But I was thinking about doing like a little fun video, because I've really never played. I've played like one time for like 30 minutes. So I don't even really know the rules either, like, and I see the occasional, damn, I just lost my train of thought. And I just wanted to basically see, like, how I do. Like, do I pick it up really easily? I think I probably would. But yeah, I mean, pickleball is very interesting. I know a lot of college tennis players just from watching that pick it up really easy, and now they're playing on the Pro Tour for pickleball. Do I like how it's so easy? Not really, actually. I like a little bit of a challenge, but maybe by the time like I would try it, if I did, it would be more simple. It would be more difficult to get there. Full-time coaching, as far as like country club vibes and like coaching high performance juniors, I don't know. I love doing it in the summer and like the odd time, like giving lessons to kids that want to get better. But like full time, like even doing like a high performance coaching, it's not really my vibe. I don't really like it. I can do it, but like not super long term. Like right now, I'm on court sometimes like 4 to 5 hours a day, maybe plus my own tennis and gym. And the 4 to 5 hours that I coach, like it's all different levels. I might give a private lesson to a kid that's a junior, and then I might give a private lesson to somebody that's 70, and then I have like 4 hours of group clinics. So it's like, I don't really love that lifestyle either. I wouldn't want to be on a tennis court for like 12 hours a day. I don't think I would like that. But college coaching, I could do that. When if you had a group of guys that like, you know, really wanted to be there, and like you work hard for your school, you want to win a championship for your conference, and like that's fun. I think that's cool. I would consider doing that. You got the whole recruiting process that I find really interesting. I've been lucky. I see Beckett's talk Gen Z to me, daddy. Guys, Beckett was on me today. We were chatting about how I was so pissed about the boom MP, and like literally you can stick your whole goddamn hand through that racket. So Beckett thinks I need to be more funny in my videos, and I think so too. I think I should bring a little bit of humor, but we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, anyway. Yeah, back to that. I can see myself doing some college coaching in the future, but not for like maybe, I don't know, 5 years. At least 5 years. Gotta give the pro tennis a little bit of a try, and then maybe some pro pickleball. Let's go. Grinding out there with Jacksaw. But yeah, I mean, guys, I'm out of here. It was a shorter one today, just chilling, stirring up my guys' racket at the club. This is Extreme MP with some snapper in it, better than what he had in there. I'll answer this comment here. If you want to put in a couple more comments, I'll answer them. I'm looking to demo some rackets. I currently use the Pro Staff V1497 and love the control / precision it gives, but I want more forgiveness and power. I mean, you could try the Pro Staff X. That's the first one that comes to mind. It's the same family. Then you can kind of get into maybe some more 98 square inch rackets. I mean, a rumor has it that that's what they're going to be coming out with the new Pro Staff line. So maybe wait for that to see what they're offering there. If you want to stay with Wilson, you can always try the Blade. If you want something super arm friendly, you can go to the Clash, but that's a big jump. And then you got like Pure Strikes, and you got Radicals, and you got Speed MPs and Boom MPs. We just talked about how I hated the Boom MP. You guys can see for yourself in my video today. I did not like it at all. It's yeah, I won't say that, but it's not my favorite racket. Anyway, that is going to be it. Thanks for watching. My hair is all over the place. I'm looking at myself on video here right now, answering these comments. So yeah, I gotta go do some homework. I'm doing my master's online a little bit right now, so gotta go do some online schoolwork grinding. So we'll catch you guys later. Nice to see that we have, a couple people in here tonight. And yeah, we'll catch you guys in the next video. Like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. See you later.